Hello everyone, welcome to our educational program. My name is Ms. Leila and today we are going to discuss Unit 12, Grade 7. For the title of Unit 12, we have Predicting the Future. This is episode 22, Reading Comprehension. Now, before we read, we have a couple of tips that we always discuss, but let's revise them. These are very important tips. First, we have to read the questions first. It's very important to read the questions first before reading. Read the text more than once. You have to read the text more than once to understand the text and answer the questions. Okay, we have read the first sentence of each paragraph. It's very important to read the first sentence of each paragraph. Don't forget your pen and your pencil to underline each sentence. Of course, underline the key facts and words of the text. These are very important. Write your answers in full sentences and clear handwriting. Of course, when you come across a difficult word, you have to guess the meaning by the words around the word. Now, for the types of questions that you will face in reading comprehension, we have two types. One is a multiple choice questions, and when I say multiple choice questions, I would ask you choose the best title or main idea of the paragraph. I would give you unfamiliar vocabulary words and would tell you choose the word that is closest to meaning or choose the opposite meaning to the word given. Next, we have word reference. I would give you a pronoun and you would refer which pronoun it refers to. And for locating explicit information, meaning that the information is very clear in the text, you will just pick it out. And extracting implicit information, meaning what? Meaning that you have to understand the text to write from your own understanding. And lastly, we're going to ask what is the purpose of the writer or the lesson that you've learned from the text. The second type of question that you'll face, it will be productive questions. So you will write the answer down. We would give you questions like explicit questions. The answer would be very clear in the text, or implicit question, the answer is implied and not given in the text, so you have to understand the text and give from your understanding. Now we are going to read about predicting the future climate change. So we're going to talk about climate change especially. This is in your student's book, page 79. So before we read, we have a question here. What environmental problems does our planet face nowadays? Do you have any idea what environmental problems does our planet face nowadays? Read the article and answer the following questions. Of course, we have to face the questions first and then we would read to answer them. First, we have the best title for the text is, the second question is the opposite of the underlined word increase is. 3, the underlined word disappear means what? According to the passage, all of the following statements are true except one of them is false. Number 5, world food levels will fall because. 6, the purpose of the writer in writing this article is to what? 7, why will the sea level get higher? 8, how can we stop the changes in climate? Now we are going to read. Please pay attention in your student's book, page 79, as we just said. Okay. So, scientists now agree that the world's climate is changing. Here are some of the things they predict. The ice in the polar ice caps and in the glaciers is turning into water. This will increase the sea level and it may go up by 2 meters. Glaciers in Switzerland, Italy, and Austria are also melting and soon there won't be snow for skiing. In the world's drier nations, wells will be empty, lakes will become polluted, and it will rain less, and forest fires will happen more often as regions become drier. When the sea gets warmer, the sea level gets higher. In the USA and India, parts of the coast will go underwater and many islands will flood. It also means that the river plains of the Nile Delta in Egypt will disappear. Without enough water, some hot countries won't be able to grow plants at all. World food levels will fall by about 20%. Now we finished reading the article. Now we are going to face the questions. From A, B, C, and D, choose the correct answer. We have number 1, the best title for the text is it A, climate change, B, Nile Delta in Egypt, C, problems in floods, D, world's driest nations. But before we answer, we have to look at the tip here. The best title is more general and not a detail picked out from the text. So you have to understand the whole text to answer this question. So the answer here is A, climate change. Number 2, the opposite of the underlined word increase is it A, grow up, B, become less, C, be stronger, D, stay the same. Now we have to underline the word first using your pen and guess the meaning first, and then if you understand the meaning of increase, give me the opposite meaning. So here the answer here is B, become less. So increase means to become more and the opposite means to become less. Number 3, the underlined word disappear means A, spread, B, get warmer, C, turn into ice, D, no longer see them. So what do I mean by the word disappear? Let's underline the word and guess the meaning from the words, from the sentence that you understood. What did you understand from the sentence? So the answer here is D, no longer to be seen or no longer see them. Number 4, according to the passage, all of the following statements are true except for one. So one of them is false. Which one is it? Is it A, there will be little rain, B, sea level will become lower, C, a lot of islands will become covered with water, D, in the future some hot countries won't grow plants. So we have to underline the whole, all of the options that we have here to see which one is false or true. As we can see, we underlined the answer. So the answer here is B, the sea level will become lower. Number 5, world food levels will fall because is it A, the fires in the forest, B, many islands will flood, C, there will be lack of water, D, coasts will go underwater. So let's look at, we have to underline the options that we have here to answer. So as we can see that it's underlined. So the answer here is C, there will be lack of water. Now for the purpose of the writer. The purpose of the writer in writing this article is to what? Is it A, inform us about the harms of climate change, B, persuade us to use water carefully, C, entertain us by a story about life in the future, D, describe the water cycle in nature. So before we answer, we have this tip here. And the purpose of the writer is to, if the writer is giving you facts about something, he is informing you. If he is getting you to change your thoughts about something, he is persuading you. If the writer is telling a humorous story or teaching a lesson, he is trying to entertain you. Or lastly, if the writer is giving mostly details about a person or a place or a thing, he is describing. So which one is it? Since the article is all about climate change and facts, he is trying here, A, to inform us about the harms of climate change. Now we are going to move on for the second type of questions that are going to be answer the following questions using, you're gonna write the answers. But before you write, this is a tip for you here. Look for the evidence in the text first before you answer, and answer in complete sentences. Now, number 7, why will the sea level get higher? 8, how can we stop the changes in climate? Now, we're going to answer number 7. Why will the sea level get higher? We underlined the answer here. That is because the ice in the polar ice caps and glaciers is turning into water. For number 8, how can we help in decreasing the changes in climate? So since this is an implicit question, you have to understand, therefore write from your own understanding. We have the answer here. We can say we can stop pollution and grow more trees. This is one solution that we could understand from the text. Now, we just ended the episode. This is the summary. In this episode, we learned reading the text to answer questions. I hope you've learned a lot. Thank you for watching.